So my name is Aidas. I'm a director of Youth Personal Development Center in Lithuania. We are working a lot with youth. Myself, I'm working with tech for 6 years now. One of those years I spent it working for cybersecurity company, and I was analyzing top 500 companies all around the world. Moreover, I'm working with youth for 15 years now.
So I'm seeing that you are scanning QR code. So how many of you did it? Can you raise the hand? Yeah, so yesterday I did a short course for youngsters in Klaipėda. I just opened the computer and they were like, so good luck. And this is, a part of social engineering, hacking without knowing how to code. Moreover, it's also a joke, but a serious one. This year, in the beginning of this year, I got some messages from different schools that in schools they are putting different QR codes, nameless QR codes, where you can scan it and then they forward you to very deep servers. Children pornography, viruses, and other stuff. So what happens if a 16-year-old person brings QR code back to home, connects to the Wi-Fi, and scans it? Knock, knock on the door in 2 days by police, and then you need to prove it that you are not related to the children trafficking and other topics. Moreover, if you're older, then it's a question, will you ever had a chance to work with children in your life because of the children pornography which you held at some point and so on. So it's a really serious problem. Moreover, if we will go, I said that I will be the boogeyman. I will ask you to close your eyes now a bit for a second. And imagine, it's September, a new school year. We have sisters, brothers, children who imagine that they are 13, 14. They are coming back. It's the first week of September, but they are sobbing so much that they are crying their eyes out. What do you do? It's an open question. Are you hugging them? Note if you do or not. Yeah, someone. If you're asking what happened. Yeah. So 1 year ago, you can open your eyes, of course. 1 year ago in Spain, youngsters around 13, 15, by using artificial intelligence, did nude pictures of their classmates and videos, which they spread it on WhatsApp group. So these mothers, it's a serious situation. Children came back home. Mothers didn't understand at the beginning what happened. They asked. Afterwards, they created their own WhatsApp group, went to the media, and so on. This year, in the beginning of this year, I believe in March, Spain already have a court order to sentence 15 school children. Most of them were male. For 1 year in probation, they had to take trainings on safe using of technology, also to do trainings on equal rights of different genders. What is really important in this topic, the number 15 should be higher because some of those young persons were 13 at the time, so they could not be sentenced. So the number and the precedent in Europe, it's already here, so if something will happen in Lithuania, we already know some how to deal with it, or in Latvia. Moreover, I will give you on the circle tables, when we will have a chance to discuss and answer the questions, I will have few different activities, methods where you can use and check it, how much of data and visual data is in the internet, which can be used later on. Moreover, with artificial intelligence, all around the world we are talking how nice it is and so on. In February, if I am correct, in Australia, a person got a message from their chief financial officer in the big company. Hey, man, can you transfer this amount of money to this specific account? person. Of course, it's a smishing message, so it tries to hack, like to steal money and so on. What he did, called that specific number, and what he heard, the CFO's voice. So it was a real chief financial officer's voice. But it was voice solicitation. What does it mean? That if you do a presentation like I am doing, we are making a movie, someone can cut my presentation from the video, which will be uploaded, take my voice, and then use it with the artificial intelligence later on. The person, the specialist who was working with finances asked, can we do something else? And this hacker presented that we can join a Zoom meeting with other colleagues, and they did, and there were like around 6 or 7 people with turn-on cameras and so on. All of them were colleagues. With artificial intelligence, if you ever did it, a deepfake video, the hardest part is to make that your face muscles would look real. So all those persons, 7 of them, they were created a perfect deepfake videos. They were speaking with, as colleagues would speak and so on. And the person believed it and transferred the $25 million to that fake account. He understood only the next day when someone called him and asked, like, what the fuck, what did you do just, and so on. Moreover, if we are talking already about deepfakes, there are some AI techno bros. Have you ever saw on Instagram a video which is showing you, use these 5 different artificial intelligence tools, create a YouTube video for free, and then get millions and millions and millions from YouTube revenue, advertisement, and so on. Have you ever seen a reel like this? Or on TikTok? So, yeah, like something similar. Someone is nodding and so on. So in Lithuania, we are not talking yet, but in the UK, few years ago, they already started to talk. Last year, there was also a research done on this topic. Now, I believe, as a youth workers, as a teachers, and so on, in 5 years, we will have a huge problem. One of these situations is that youngsters who are 5, 4, 6, they are watching a lot of YouTube, specifically science videos, other things, and so on. And then these AI bros, they are creating artificial intelligence made videos, they are putting to YouTube, and most of them are not true. They are facts which they are proven are fake ones. So for example, in Giza pyramid is creating electricity on their own. And then youngsters who are 5 or 6, they believe in this kind of facts because we still lack critical mindset on different topics. And then they come to school, and school teachers, youth workers will need to re-educate those people in upcoming like 5 to 10 years. One more thing which is really important, artificial intelligence creates those fake videos very similar to the real ones. That the people, especially parents, for example, who previously checked what their kids watch, would come, only look at, for a second and see it similar colors, similar fonts and so on, and they would not take the tablet away or phone away and so on. So already they are thinking how to go around those physical securities as well. What's in common? What do you see in common between Brexit and Trump? Both are crazy. What else? Remember 2016. What happened in both countries? In the United States of America, there were elections. In the United Kingdom, there were a referendum. And there was one organization which was working with both of them, the Cambridge Analytica. Today, this year in Lithuania, we have a lot of elections. European Parliament, local parliament elections. Last week we had our basketball federation elections and so on. Can you raise your hand if you ever heard the name Cambridge Analytica? I see 1 hand, 2, nice. What they did, they Alexander Nix is the director of the Cambridge Analytica. They helped as they said, because of them, Brexit happened and Trump was elected. So if we remember, Brexit 52 to 48 to leave the European Union. With the Trump, Hillary Clinton had more votes in general, but in some specific states she lost. So with the Cambridge Analytica, what they told that we need to attack or change the opinion of people who are undecided. So for example, if we go, and what they used a lot of social media, with Facebook especially. So those points. What Alexander in one of the presentations told, that if I have 10 points, internet points about a person, I can guess those person's actions as a friend, colleague. If I have 70 points, I can guess that person's action as a best friend. If I have 150 points, I can guess those specific person's action as a parent. And if I have 300 points, I can guess actions as a very long partner. So for example, who are living together for 20 years and so on. How do you think, how many points they gathered about people? Yeah. 500? More than 300? 1,000? 2,000?
What is the point? What do you mean? That I like is the point,
Yeah. So they gathered from 4,000 to 5,000. So what they told that I can guess, and if you see on Facebook ads, for example, that I just spoke with a friend, and then in Facebook I see the same ad which I spoke with a friend, they are not listening to you. Apps do not listen most of the time, but they are already guessing what you needed at that specific moment and so on. So for example, on the other hand, like other big tech giant, Google can understand when a woman is pregnant much earlier than a woman understands it herself. So because of what we are asking on Google, by IP address and so on. So a lot of data which is gathered. So what they did, they had with artificial intelligence, they gathered all the information, specifically they gathered more than 50 million voters in the United States information. They did by Facebook. So have you ever seen on Facebook, answer these questions and get and understand what kind of car you would drive or what kind of leader you would be and so on. So people did not read the rules. By accepting it, they accepted to share all their information which Facebook had about them. And also they accepted to share all the information about their friends. So if I'm trying to be secure and be secure with my data, but I have one of you in my Facebook friends and you did this, so you shared all my data with them as well. So what they did afterwards, they had 5 specific topics with artificial intelligence which they shared. Remember, it's 2014, 2015, 2016. So they used how stressful is a person, how conservative or liberal is a person, how conscientious is person, and so on. And what they and after they getting all the profile, they are putting specific micro targeting on that specific person. So, for example, if you are very conservative, older man in Texas, we will show you a traditional picture. For example, elderly person is going with a grandchild to hunt. If you are very liberal young woman in New York, we will show you a picture of a weapon with crime rate. I'm saying those specific 2 examples because they also were working on the Second Amendment. Second Amendment in the United States of America means the gun rule, how easy it's to get a gun and so on. And both of them were showing the same point. Both persons should be against restricting the gun orders and so on. So with elections, they did the same. For specific person, they were showing a specific arguments or points which were very useful to that specific topic. And which is really sad, already there is information that they sold the technology to some oil companies in Russia. So it might be with disinformation and other topics in our countries that it's also micro-targeting and so on. Have you ever used this? Yes, on daily basis, yeah? Yes, it's easier to work, it's easier to do other stuff. Also, it's easier to hack people. Because I do not know which, yeah. So I did it today. I asked it to write a phishing email. It's not the perfect one. To hack Agna, one of the organizers of this event. I shared only few very small points about her work, which I know. And it wrote down all the email. In the beginning of ChatGPT, without going to the darknet, without buying it, you could create a malware, a virus which you can spread. Now they have restrictions, but you can walk if you want to. You can, bid some restrictions a bit and then walk around and so on to do it. It's not the best one, definitely. And they showed to Agna, and Agna said, I would not believe it. But if you would put some more time, you can create a phishing email on your own. Also, the other part is that in Lithuania, in Latvia, I believe when we have our own language, it's easier because not all artificial intelligence translates correctly, but now we are working on our own translator artificial intelligence. So in the upcoming few years, to create a phishing email in local language, it will be easier to do it from Africa and other countries. And when I connect with the other tool, to spoof from any email which I have, it's a free tool which anyone, if they know, can reach by any browser and so on. I specifically do not show the name of the tool, but you can, for example, write your name from whom you want to write an email. So I can pretend Hado. Then I can write name Hado, pretend an email, send, for example, to their enemies or people who are coming every day to train and so on, write all the text. And this tool is developing in the last few years. Before, there were no reply to button. And if you would send an email from that specific page, the person, if someone replies, they reply for Hado. But now I can change it, for example, to get the reply email myself to somewhere. And then, it's a spoofing, so Hado will not know about it at all. The other thing is, it's very nice. Google changed their security guidelines in the beginning of this year, so the email will not go through Google security from this specific place. Before, it was showing a red alert that, guys, we cannot tell you from what kind of server the email is coming. So be cautious about it. Are you using iPhone Mail, that app in iPhone phones? Do you use? So when I tried with iPhone Mail didn't show anything that it's wrong or something. So they didn't show any red flag and so on. So you need to be cautious about it. Why I'm telling this? Because youngsters can pretend to be anyone to try to hack, a youth worker, a teacher. Then if I can hack a teacher, then maybe I can get better grades at school and other stuff. And Snapchat. We are going, from international to local and so on, and I would like to personal level. From 2017, we are still talking about Snapchat dysmorphia. Do you know? Yeah, so when people are coming to plastic surgeons and asking to make their faces, bodies, and so on as a filter in the picture. So this is already a topic on the national level and so on. Moreover, which I really would like to tell, in some countries now they are opening technological retreat centers to deal with technology addiction and so on, from social media, in general technology and so on. In our countries, I believe we are still not talking about it. But it's really important. So thank you for your attention. In the circle discussions, I will show you a few different more slides and share some methods which you can use in your work, so do not hesitate to come.